Mims Productions.
We have something to say, so won't you listen up? Listen up. We have something to say, so won't you listen up? Every man, woman, boy, and girl. Won't you listen up? We're gonna touch the world. We have something to say, so won't you listen up? Listen up. We have something to say, so won't you listen up?
I'm back. Lee Mims Productions, LeeMimsProductions.com for all your musical needs. I'm ready to get into it. Religious does not mean you are spiritual. What do I mean? Religious is a practice. It's how many times you do a thing, how you do a thing. Doesn't necessarily mean you're good at it. It just means how many times you do a thing and the practices that go with it. I can practice singing all day, but if I'm not a singer or a songster, you can forget it. It's just going to be me doing it over and over and over and over and over and over. Religion and spirituality is similar. Yeah, you may punch the clock at the church. You may bake pies, cakes. You may be the first one in the church door sitting on the front pew with your perfect suit and your perfect tie, shine shoes, perfect dress, pocketbook, matching hat. You paid all your dues up, and I'm so glad, and I'm getting into heaven, and I know I'm the catch me eye, I'm the apple of God's eye. Wrong. Get your spirituality right. Are you treating your neighbor right, or you gossiping about them? Because to me, don't even get me starting that mind. I'm trying not to even digress. Just because you do a thing does not make you. Let me go back. I want to talk about religion and spirituality one more time. I understand the history of religion is a whole nother thing. They equate religion to slavery historically if you go back far enough, but I'm not even going to get into that because this is not a history lesson or black history. But this is just to let you know that just because you're practicing a thing such as religion does not make you spiritually grounded, and means that you're working towards that 365 days of happiness. I mean, how many people punch the clock religiously every day at work, but they're really not a good worker? We can look in the news and talking about law enforcement. Well, a lot of those guys, everybody took the same oath to uphold it and show peace and be fair one to another. But does that really happen? No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen all the time. But clearly you can see that the people that took the oath are also violating that same oath. They are police officers, but they are not policing. It's a difference. Just because you're sitting up in somebody's organization, just because you are in charge of a local church, or just because you practicing your private religion or whatever it is that you may be doing, books you're reading, does not mean you are doing what you are preaching or practicing. Like I said earlier, you can practice doing something all day long, but if it's not in you, it's not in you. I've met people who don't mention a stitch of religion and don't believe in it, and they have more spiritual grounding and more of display of humanity in them, and not judgmental, and not looking down their nose to sit down there and say what you should be and shouldn't be doing. You may turn somebody off with that if you claim a religion and you like that. I know it turns me off. Work on your spirituality. Work on showing love and kindness one to another. You know, you talk about 365 days of happiness. When you are nice to people, it does come back to you. They say when you smile, the world smiles back at you. Do an experiment. Go around smiling at people. Try holding doors open for people and helping people with their bags when you can, when you're out. Those are the things similarly to what is in the good word. Being and showing love and kindness one to another does not require you to go pay dues at somebody's organization and be judgmental. That doesn't require anything. Now, I'm not talking about religious portions such as accepting Christ into your life, or maybe you're a Buddhist, or maybe you're into Catholicism, or maybe you're into Islam, or a Muslim, or whatever the case may be. I'm not talking about those. I will never destroy or tear down one's religion, but I'm talking about the act of practicing a thing over and over and thinking you're going to do it. If I hit a nail the wrong way a dozen times, the nail's going to go in wrong. That does not make me a carpenter. Practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So whatever you're doing and you're representing religion, represent it the right way, the original way it was supposed to be. You know? All right. That's enough on that, because I can go ahead and ramble on and on and on and on and on and on. Just remember, religion does not equal spiritual. And spirituality does not mean religion in the form that I'm speaking of. But spirituality does point towards religiously doing the thing the right way. If you are a spiritual person and you're showing love one to another and loving thy neighbor as thyself, and not stealing and not killing and not backbiting, not gossiping, showing respect to your parents, the people that rule over you, and working towards perfection, not saying you're perfect and you have made it and being self-righteous. Just remember, religion does not equal spirituality, but spirituality does equate to religiously doing the thing the right way, the way it's supposed to be done. I'm out. LeeMimsProductions.com. Like, share, subscribe, and follow. 365 days of happiness is real, it's here, and it can be achieved. Don't let anybody tell you anything different.